Good day, good day. This is James Brewster from jamesbrewster.com, and we're going to continue. This will be part four of how to read the news. And before we get into it, we'll do one more part in about a week. Be sure to hit subscribe and hit the little bell on YouTube so that it notifies you when I upload um, the last part of this, or if you like the channel in general. So, we're going to get into how to read the news, and really been going through where do news sources fall along the political or ideological spectrum, and why that's important so that you know what you're getting and how to interpret what's being said. Last week we went through, last couple weeks we went through New York Times and Wall Street Journal. We looked at both regular news stories and editorials or opinion pieces just to see how they both read, what you get out of them, and what do you do to look at them and try to pull the facts out. The quote, which I've been going over, if you by Mark Twain, if you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. And this is really to go through, how do you stay informed without while minimizing the chance of being misinformed. So that's more true today than any other time. So we're going to continue on the Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort storyline, and this time we're going to look at Fox News and CNN. So again, I've tried to pick Wall Street Journal, New York Times on different sides of the spectrum. Same with CNN and Fox in slightly different positions, but yeah, we're gonna look at both, and we're gonna take Fox News first on this one, or some people would say faux news, but we'll see. So, and again, to reiterate, we're going to look at the title, we're going to read the first one or two paragraphs, we're going to read the last one or two paragraphs, and then hopefully the last paragraph will contain some type of conclusion, and from this you can decide whether or not you want to spend time on the entire article. So we'll get right to it. So Michael Cohen admits violating campaign finance law in plea deal, agrees to 3 to 5 year sentence. So I have a video here that you can watch. I hope that doesn't start. Okay, good. I'll close that. And so Michael Cohen, President Trump's longtime personal attorney, admitted Tuesday to violating federal campaign finance laws by arranging hush money payments to an adult film star, Stormy Daniels, and former Playboy model Karen McDougal, at the direction of then-candidate Trump. In entering the plea, Cohen did not specifically name the two women or even Trump, recounting instead that he worked with an unnamed candidate, but the amounts and the dates all lined up with the payments made to Daniels and McDougal. So again, I commented last week, Stormy Daniels, perfect name for a hurricane. Not so sure that's a good name for a porn star, but whatever. I guess she's fairly well off, so maybe it works. I don't know. Anyway, so looking at what we have here, campaign finance law, hush money, and again, that he didn't mention anyone in his plea deal, but based on testimony and what came out from the trial, the amounts and dates point towards the payments being made to Daniels and McDougal. So, that's that's not a bad news piece. It's not really getting into. I know a lot of people pick on Fox News, but this is kind of reading like a news story. So hey, I might be interested in this. So we're gonna scroll down. So we've got a couple videos, interviews, um, Donald Trump's tweets, um, Stormy Daniels, uh, Giuliani. So there's a bit here. So okay, so here are the last two paragraphs. He raised millions for Trump's campaign, and after being interviewed by the White House Intelligence Committee last year, told Vanity Fair that Trump had no part in the suspected Russian conspiracy to tamper with the election. Um, I guess that's speaking about Cohen. However, Cohen appeared to distance himself from Trump last month. In an interview with ABC News, which was referenced by Davis Tuesday, Cohen said that my wife, my daughter, and my son have my first loyalty and always will. I put my family and country first. So that tells you, and this was something I spoke about last week, that there's a lot of stuff coming out here. Most of, if none of it seems to really indicate that Russians were involved in any way, shape, or form. So again, I don't know why this keeps coming up. I guess because the Mueller investigation started to look for, because of we wanted to look for connections between the Trump campaign and the Russian government. So far, I'm still not seeing it. But what we see here is that, okay, so enough has come out that I guess if there is something damaging, this would seem to indicate that Cohen's more or less said, I've had enough, I'm looking out for myself. So overall, seems to be fairly well written, a decent amount of stuff here. Definitely at least a few facts I could pick out. I'd probably read this in full. So we'll go to CNN, see what we have here. And again, I know I always hear, even from a lot of my liberal friends, that Fox News is so biased, but this article, at least on the surface, seems to be fairly well balanced. We're telling what happened. We're not going into conjecture or opinion all that much in this article. So, we'll see. I know that's not always the case with Fox News, but it is with this article, I think. So, CNN Politics, Michael Cohen implicates Trump in hush money scheme. So, um, hush money scheme, no love lost there, but we'll see. So, there's a video. And then Michael Cohen, President Donald Trump's former personal attorney, pleaded guilty in Manhattan federal court Tuesday to 8 criminal counts, and implicated Trump himself in a remarkable courtroom movement. Sounds like a ballroom dance, but whatever. Cohen admitted that in coordination and at the direction of a candidate for federal office, he kept information that would have harmed Trump from public during the 2016 election cycle. So, remarkable courtroom movement. A dance? Was he waving his hands in a certain way? It's kind of, you kind of see where CNN's leaning a little bit, but not too bad. It's still mostly telling, and yeah, would this information have harmed Trump during the 2016 election? Maybe. So, yeah, even though again CNN, no love lost for President Trump, but not bad, not bad so far. So we have videos, pictures. Let's scroll to the end here. The Cohen investigation was referred to the Southern District of New York by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. The plea deal does not include cooperation by Cohen, and it is unclear if he will follow through on his previous assertion to friends, according to sources, that he's willing to talk to Mueller. So that was something we saw in I think it was the New York Times article, where and Wall Street Journal, where we don't know if this is going to turn into more with the Mueller investigation. It's not clear how the plea deal with Cohen might affect other entities that have been under scrutiny by federal prosecutors as part of the Cohen investigation, including AMI or Pecker. So we have a common theme. This story has been updated to correct the name of the alcohol that Cohen said he drank on Monday night. Woohoo! Don't know why that's important, but whatever. Still a correction. So, not too bad either. Not a lot of. This certainly wasn't as, oh my goodness, Trump is evil, like kind of like the New York Times editorial article was. So, I might read this one too. This is something that I would read, and I feel I could glean some facts and actual news from this. One thing that seems to be the common theme from all four, actually all six pieces that we've looked at, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, and now Fox and CNN, is we have a lot of stuff that's affected the people all around President Trump, but not a whole lot about. There seems to be next to nothing connecting this to the actual purpose of all this, which was we're looking for collusion or interaction with Russia. This seems to be plain stupidity on the part of the people who have been around Donald Trump and breaking our own laws, campaign finance laws, and so forth. Um, I don't know. What's going to come of this? What's going to happen in the future? Is Donald Trump going to be pulled into this? Pretty much all of these are saying, hey, these guys have done all these bad things, but is it really going to jump over, leapfrog, and affect the presidency or result in direct problems for President Trump? We don't know yet. So, I don't know. Hope this was helpful, and tune in next week for part 5 of how to read the news. And we're going to go into an article that's a little bit more in depth, but I thought it was a good one to look at just so you could see what else is out there and what else is being spoken about this issue. So thanks for watching, and see you next week. Again, don't forget to hit subscribe and the bell so that you can be notified when I upload future content on this channel. And I'll see y'all next time.